Hello, my name is Tumitladi, and I'm here to show you what is it that I can teach you if you want me to tutor you or mentor you when it comes to learning programming or developing apps. Right now we're talking about web application, right? And I want to show you, like, I did a video where we're talking about this one particular control. We call it data grid, but I want to show off with the tags, right? Because I feel like the tags is very interesting for a reason. So for tags, I have a tag name, I have a topic in which the tag belongs to. As you can see, this topic has multiple tags, right? So it's one-to-many relationship in a database world. And also I'm also pulling when it was created, right? So if I add right now a tag, let's just say tag me to me, I can just write anything. Although this is in production, it's fine for code 14, and then hit enter. Right, so I want to show you where does data come from. I did show you what that control comes from and then what it is all about. As you can see, tag me to me was added for a topic called code 14, right? Today, right? Now, but how does it work? Well, forget about this. This is something I'm still busy with on the mobile. So let's go to firstly the controllers, right? And I'm gonna go to this folder. We're gonna go to tips, and then we're gonna go to text controller. So the very first thing is this is using dependency injection system. It's a dependency injectable, right? So I have this index. These are my actions. So we're talking about the MVC language where I'm also using MVVM, right? So this is my get, and I am annotating it with HTTP get attribute to say this is get, right? And this is the index, right? It's all asynchronous, and I'm having a try and catch block. This is the best practice because I'm also having a third party that if there's an issue when I'm trying to pull this page, then it should tell me, right? But the most important thing is this. This is what's going to be bindable, right? I'll show you in a second. But firstly, I'm saying var tag list. This is how I program. I'm a very disciplined programmer, right? The thing that I forgot, I should say tag list async because I'm pulling this asynchronously. So let's go to the tag service. Like I said, it depends injectable, right? And you can see I'm also using comments to say, okay, so we have this tag service. Let's quickly take a look at it. I hope you're following along because these are the things I can show you how things are wired up. So I tag service. So we're going to focus with the first method, right? Because this is an interface. So the implementation of that is going to be this one line of code where instantly I'm retaining, awaiting. I'm talking to a table called tags in a database. And then I'm ordering by descending to say, the one that just being added, I want it to be the first one. So order by descending. And what I'm doing, I'm also using this is entity framework stuff. I can also teach you database, by the way, to say include what comes from a table called topics and give me that as a list, right? That's the only thing I'm doing. So when I have that information, it's going to be returned to me as a tag, right? Now, as a tag. So what I do with that, when I go back to the controller, this what's happening. So whatever that comes back, as you can see, it comes back as a task of a list. I'm treating a list of tags, and that's all I need to do. I'm instantly injecting it to or I'm placing it to this variable, and then this view back. If you don't know about this property view back, it's a dynamic property. And that's what I love about C#. We have a dynamic stuff, right? So I can pass anything to it. And then this is going to be the name of the view back. I like to do this. If I know it's a view back, I like to say view back and then whatever it is. So this is a data source. So whatever the list that comes back is gonna go to it. I'm just returning that view. So the view, if you go back to the views folder, looking at the tags and the index, as you can see here, the data source. So that control needs a data source, right? And then I'm gonna say, listen, I want you to go and get the view back. The name of the view back, it's a view back data source. That's it. And then it will sort out everything. But you need to do extensive testing in order to ensure that you get the data like this. Like you saw, I just added tag me to me as an additional tag on the system. And then it was able to increment it from 461 from 460 to now 461. I can do that again. For only 25 rand per session. I'm just writing something I'm gonna delete just now, and let's just say code 8. There we go. So it knows how to increment, right, from 461 items to now 462 items. There we go. And then, like I said, I am putting 8 at the top. This is one of the reasons why you want to be smart enough when it comes to having when an item was added onto the system. This is database stuff. So these are the things I can teach you how to have the data end up, being injected. So you're gonna have to go through all this, So I'm doing all of this. So this is a crude, as someone who has a superpowers, I'm doing a full crude, right? So yeah. So here I'm getting a specific item, but yeah. So this is crude, but in MVC using MVVM. That sounds good. Only 25 rand per session. If you schedule 4 sessions in a week, I'll give you a 5th session for free. For a full hour, I'm available from 8 p.m. until 9 p.m. on weekdays. But if you are available during the day, I'm also available. We just have to talk about the schedule, and then I can teach you all of this. So I'm doing all of this in .NET Core as a framework, MVC, targeting .NET 7 using C# as a language. And all of this, like I said, all of this, I will teach you all of this. Right. Sounds good? Hit me up.